wanted to do a quick video and show off our new modern rustic hopper feeders. These feeders really impressed me when they came in because we've had the same style hopper feeders for a really long time. There's actually a really sweet lady on our Facebook page, and she used to be a shopper at Jim Carpenter's store, who's the founder of our franchise. She used to be a customer of his when he first opened his very first store, and even she was telling us that they were the same green color when she used to shop at his store so many years ago. That's when the feeders used to be made out of just cedar, and they were really awesome then. But we have only carried the recycled plastic for a really long time because it holds up so well, and we just like the fact that they are made out of recycled milk jugs as well. And so anyways, they've been the same like forest green color for forever. And when our really awesome franchise was telling us they were going to come out with this new modern rustic style of feeder, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little nervous. Sometimes when our franchise, who specializes in backyard bird feeding, obviously, suggests they're coming out with something modern, I am not really sure what that's gonna turn out like, but they always do a really great job, and they did not disappoint. So I wanted to show you, I'll start with our classic hopper here. So this is the original small hopper feeder. It's the Classic 2 actually. So this feeder just lifts up from the top for you to pour your seed in, super easy. It's got tray style feeding stations at the bottom here. And it's made out of recycled plastic, so it lasts forever. It also has this little, if you can see it here, this little break in the feeder. That allows the feeder to kind of be self-cleaned by the birds, which is really awesome. So during the fall, when the leaves start falling down, if you get any debris in there, the birds just kind of pick out the seeds they want and scoot out any debris or shells that are in your food if you don't use our no mess, which you totally should. So it's a really cool feeder. You don't get a bunch of clogged up food at the bottom, so if that's an issue for you, this could be a really great feeder. And in additional, the birds just love a hopper style feeder. It's kind of like a tray feeder, just nice open buffet, and it appeals to every single type of bird versus like your smaller perches, which are great for finches, chickadees, which you can probably hear in the background right now. But this feeder appeals to everybody. So this is our Classic 2 feeder, recycled plastic all the way around, easy to clean, easy to fill. It can be hung or pole mounted. We have hangers for them, and we have flanges that go on the bottom so you can mount it on top of your pole too. The smaller size comes with a hanger, so yeah. So that's our Classic 2. Love that feeder. So just a size up from that feeder is our Classic. So that's this one here. And so you can tell, I'll hold them side by side. It's basically double the size. And it's got the same feature, like the clean out feature here. But one thing I really like about this feeder, and why I almost always recommend upsizing to at least this one, is that it has this tray that comes out on the bottom that's mesh, which makes it so easy to clean. You just wipe this out, and that's it, and then you put it back in. So also is the Eco Clean tray on the bottom here, so when you clean it, you can just use hot water. You don't need to use bleach or anything on it. So I think that this feature really makes this next size up worth it. The only downside to this one is that it's a little bit heavier. So you know, if you're gonna hang it, you have to have a really sturdy pole or a really sturdy branch to hang it from. But anyways, this is our Classic one. So basically the same as the smaller one, but a little bit bigger. Comes with, or you can get a hanging, this piece with it, or you can pole mount it. The flange just goes right on the bottom here. And there was one other thing I was gonna show you. Oh, I was just also gonna mention that whether you hang it this way or this way, but we usually recommend this way, is because you can get full views of the birds on both sides. So some like cheap hopper feeders don't take that into consideration, and this will just come like all the way down and you can't see the birds as well. So this feeder was made really well. I don't think you guys could ever understand, because I didn't understand how much really like science, if you will, or research goes into making each of our feeders. They're made so well, and a lot more goes into them than you think. So also, while we're at this feeder, I'm gonna do a close-up of the wood grain on the top here because I think it's so pretty. It's supposed to be that rustic barn wood look, but, and I don't like things too rustic because I don't want it to look used, but I think this looks so beautiful, especially, like I said, I feel like that green was just outdated. Maybe it's not really, but I've just been looking at it for 14 years, so I feel like it's definitely run its course. But anyways, it's beautiful. Okay. Now the last piece that we got in, there's a couple of other styles that are the rustic style that we haven't gotten in yet, and we're gonna kind of hold off for a little bit. So there's the suet feeder and a couple of other style feeders that we're gonna test the waters with these 3 feeders first, and if you guys really like them, which I think you will because I love them, then we will go all in and get all the different styles. But for now, we're starting with these 3 because they're our 3 most popular, and I think you guys will be really happy with them. So if you are, we'll expand our collection. So this is just the tray feeder. Our 9x9 trays are very popular, especially this time of year. You can put so many different things in here. It's just a solid mesh all the way through. And in a tray feeder like this, since it's so appealing to so many birds, people are always asking if the rain's an issue. So you can get a weather guard for this, but honestly, what I find is that the birds eat the food so quickly in a mesh or in a tray feeder like this that you really don't need to protect it from the rain because the food's usually gone before it has a chance to go bad, if you're putting the right foods in it, of course. So in this tray here, you can use any of our seed blends. You can use bark butter bits. People like to crush up eggshells during the springtime as a good source of calcium. Right now in the fall, people are using all their like acorns that they sweep up from their driveway, pecans from their trees, any nuts you can throw in there. You can also use peanuts. People put fruit in there for the Orioles. Really, you can do anything with these tray feeders, and I love that. The bottom is made out of, I want to say the bottom of this one's made out of stainless steel. We hardly ever have these come back with like a rusted base or anything, but again, we can always order parts. This has a lifetime warranty. So how you put this one up is you just hang it from your pole or from your tree and fill it with whatever you want to fill it with. And it's really pretty too with that barnwood look. I love our little shiny logo there. So yeah, it's just a really nice tray, a really nice tray feeder. So anyways, that's kind of our updated version of our hopper feeders. I love them, and I think you guys will too. We have a huge selection of them coming in, or a huge inventory of them coming in November 1st. So we got a couple in the store right now, but not that many, but they'll all be in here in just a couple days. So I hope that you guys are interested in updating some of your hopper feeders, or if you've stayed away from hopper feeders for a while, maybe you'll revisit. I know that our squirrel-proof feeders have been our #1 sellers for the longest time, but lately, over the last couple of years, our franchise has come out with so many amazing and very effective hot pepper foods. And so more and more people are starting to venture back to the traditional bird feeders. And so I think that with all those different hot pepper foods available, it's a really great time to try out a hopper feeder or a tray feeder. And if you need any help with other ideas on how to keep your squirrels or raccoons or other things out of your hopper style feeders or your non-squirrel proof feeders, we can definitely help you with that. There's more solutions than just the hot pepper food, even though that's my favorite. And you know, what works great for some people doesn't work great for others. So be sure to stop by the store and we can walk through your yard and what your feeder situation is like and make sure we get the perfect feeder food combo set up for you. All right, thanks y'all. Have a great day.